Hey guys, Dean here, back again. Calm down. I know it's twice in one day, same t-shirt and everything. But I thought, let's get another video in while I'm in the mood. House is empty, I can actually make a video. So as mentioned in the previous video, which is literally only about 10 minutes ago, got some more metal to show. So there were some bits that I forgot to show in the last video. And I'm sure there's probably some stuff here that I haven't shown as well, but just thinking of on the top of my head, stuff that's sort of come in over the last couple of months, certainly into the collection anyway, and obviously I've been listening to stuff in around Christmas, New Year and so forth anyway, but I'll go through that in a different video, stuff that's obviously already part of the collection, but we've just been digging out. To be fair, I've just been going through some of the memory's gone already. Some of the compilations that Aaron, Metal Theologian, mentioned, and a couple of other guys obviously been going through showing compilations like the Metal Explosion one, which is a really good one, Metal from Others and so forth. So I've been going through those and listened to a few of the early New Wave of British Heavy Metal tracks, in addition to obviously some of the stuff I've already got anyway. But as I said, that's a video for another day, and let's get cracking on with the stuff that I'd say that's come in relatively recently. So first of all, Scorpions Virgin Killer. So yeah, this is not the horrendous cover that accompanied the initial release. God knows what they were thinking there. This is the reissue, and although obviously Scorpions are definitely a metal band, certainly later on in the day, I would certainly class this as more of a sort of 70s sort of rock than sort of, you know, hard rock rather than heavy metal. But yeah, I mean obviously that's the way they're going, but still a cracking album. I was never a huge fan of Scorpions back in the day, to be fair. Certainly when they came out with that Winds of Change, they were quite sort of radio friendly around that sort of time, sort of late 80s sort of era. And I think that put me off them, so I never really got into Scorpions up until probably in the last couple of years. I started digging back into their catalogue and sort of realised actually, to be fair, you know, the stuff is pretty good. So yeah, so I was looking out for a decent copy of this, found one locally, so that was really good. Next, definitely metal, this one, cracking cover. This is Exciter, Long Live the Loud. Again, another good solid album. Wouldn't say this was as good potentially as the first two. I think this is third album from them, but it is a good solid cracking heavy metal album on the Music for Nations label, number 47. You got this one, Andy. But yeah, cracking album, cracking cover, great band, Exciter. Another one, Slaughter. Yeah, I know. Hair metal band, obviously, from the 80s. Trying to think what the hell this is called. Stick It To You, I think it is, judging by the cover. Yeah, I was aware of these guys back in the 80s, to be fair. And again, tends to ignore them. But this was, I think I paid something like £3 or £4 for this. It's literally next to nothing. And I thought, it's in pretty good nick. It's in pretty much perfect nick, to be fair. So I'll give it a spin. And it is what, you know, it is what you'd expect it to be. It's nothing, you know, mind-blowing. It's nothing, you know, or out of the ordinary. It is typical 80s hair metal of the day. But it's good, solid metal. You know, it's a good album to add to the collection. Yeah, and for that price and for this condition, I've got no qualms with that. next up, which is one I forgot to show in the last video, was Halloween. This is Better Than Raw. So this was one of the recent reissues from BMG. I don't think this originally came out on vinyl anyway, so I think this is the first vinyl release. I'm trying to think if it's got the 2016 on the Sanctuary BMG. Originally released in 1998, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't a vinyl issue on this one. Again, sans Michael. Keys obviously long since departed the band, and to be fair, wasn't really a huge fan. Obviously first album, Kai Hansen, Michael Keys came in, loved all their stuff. Went a bit off the boil on Chameleon, but to be fair, haven't really followed the band since him leaving. But this is a good solid album from Halloween. If you like the original stuff, you know, the core musicians are still there, so you know, they're not too far removed from that sort of original sort of Keeper, Walls of Jericho sort of era. Different vocalist, but again, he was a good solid singer, so no problem with him there. Yeah, I like this album actually. I was quite surprised. Again, I picked this up and it was next to nothing. I think it was about £10 or something crazy like that. Thought for that price, I ain't leaving that. It's one to add to the Halloween collection. I've got all the original stuff, so needed to snag that one. Again, another one that I forgot as well. Obviously, I got this. I think this came out in September, but I don't think it was earlier September. So maybe November time. Yeah, last year. So, and this is the live album essentially for the Book of Souls World Tour. Got it on vinyl. Was looking to get the HD download, but the HD download doesn't exist, which is a cracker. So they did a live stream of this on the internet, on YouTube, and I think a couple of other places. It was fantastic. It was a cracking live show. The only downside to it was made up from loads of different places, which they've done before. Personally, I'd just say, give me one show. I think it sort of, you know, I don't mind if there's a few bloopers in there, if there's a few bum notes. I don't give a crap. Let's just have Maiden, one show, pick a venue, end of. But yeah, sounds great. It's typical Iron Maiden quality. I think it was cut again by Chris Bellman from memory. Yeah, sounds great. So yeah, the only annoying thing is it's only available in standard definition. So yeah, if I wanted VHS quality, I'd dig out my VHS tape. So yeah, another one for the Maiden collection, obviously. Next up, which was a recent purchase from a couple of weeks ago, so Joe Satriani's new album. So this is What Happens Next, indeed. Yeah, Joe Satriani, I mean, I loved his earlier material, you know, sort of Surfing with the Alien, Flying in a Blue Dream, The Extremist, all that sort of era is sort of where I sort of came in on the Joe Satriani train. His recent, or his stuff after that has been a bit hit and miss. This, I would say, is sort of more back to his sort of original stylings. There's no vocals on this. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it was a purely instrumental album from memory. I've only listened to it a couple of times. It sounds great. I love it. I think it was better than his previous album, although I did like that one too. I just think this is more the Joe that we sort of know and love. It seems to have more hooks in it than the previous album, but I don't know. It's Joe Satriani. I mean, you either like him or you don't. And some people like that sort of virtuoso guitar sort of style. Some people don't, but yeah, I've always loved a bit of Joe Satriani. I like Steve Vai, but I've always been more of a Joe fan than a Steve Vai fan. So next, picked up Rammstein, Mutter. Now I can honestly say I'm not the world's biggest Rammstein fan, and when the box set came out last year, my local record shop offered it to me, but I think it was around the £200 mark, which wasn't bad. I think you basically got all the albums plus an additional bonus disc with some extras on it, sort of unreleased sort of stuff. So with not knowing that much of the back catalogue and most of my knowledge of Rammstein essentially being from this album, I passed. But it looks like they are pushing the contents essentially of the box sets that haven't sold out into the market, because these have still got the original pressing dates for 2015 on. I don't think they've done a repress, so to me this sort of says we've got a few box sets we didn't sell, let's get them out there, let's sell the albums. So they're few and far between actually, they're not that readily available. So I picked this one up from our local record store and as soon as it became available. It sounds fantastic actually, and to be honest, after listening to this album I was umming and ahhing then about the box set, and it's only sort of available on eBay and or Amazon every now and again. But again, it's still around the £200 mark, well, about £230 including shipping on Amazon I think at the moment. There's still a few more left. So I thought, yeah, do I like them that much? And I thought, well, okay, let's grab the another album of theirs that I'm relatively familiar with. This is Rosenrot, and again, I found this on Amazon for I'm saying £17, which is the going rate's 30 for these albums. So Mutter was pretty much £28, I think. But to get this one for 17 was too good enough and not to to miss. So again, this is I think this Mutter and Rise Rise are traditionally sort of classed as their best albums. So keep an ear out for that one. But again, the sound quality on this is superb. So it's making me even more tempted now to pick up the box set. But I just don't think it's worth for me personally, I don't think I'm going to be that fussed about the non-release tracks and the additional stuff. As much as I like listening to these albums, I've got, I think maybe get Rice Rice and that'll be it for me. I mean, they're a cracking band, but the German vocals are okay for me in certain scenarios, but I don't think it's something I'd listen to over and over again. Cracking band, they're a superb band, but yeah, I think I need to maybe dig a bit more back into the catalogue and just see if I class them up there, to pay £230 odd for the box set. But I'd certainly recommend those two albums, and I'm assuming Rice Rice is as good as quality as the other two so that I've got so far. So yeah, so I think that's it. There's something niggling around to me. I'm sure I picked up a few more that I was thinking, yeah, I should show those, but they'll come to me. I'll save them for the next video. Like I say, we'll try and do another one over the next couple of weeks, just to sort of show you what I've been listening to, sort of stuff that I've already had in the collection, and need to do some soundtrack video or videos too as well. But it's all time permitting. But anyway, thanks for sitting through this. Thanks for watching, and see you guys again soon.